He is, quite simply, a fighting machine. Rock solid on his feet.
He's big time hurt. Unbelievable shot.
Devastating on the ground.
With the elbow.
George St-Pierre is the most complete fighter in the UFC. But lying in wait is a hungry challenger who hasn't lost in over 6 years. A ground specialist vying to capture his first UFC belt.
I have no intentions of going out there and I'm just trying to survive. I'm going out there to kill or be killed. One of us is going out.
Jake Shield doesn't know what I'm going to do to him. I can strike with him and I can put him down.
Big takedown by GSP. And down he goes.
I just wanted to dethrone him. You know, he's considered the best in the world. I'm the person to come in and beat him. I'm going to show everyone he is human. I'm going to go out there and take the belt from him.
A living legend in the prime of his career, and a seasoned champion poised to capture the welterweight title. This is UFC Primetime.
Yeah, ok. Street lourd, ok, yeah. Me compare pas dans ton clash quand tu tchatches sur ton forum. Rime à coup de classe, moi je crache titre de bonhomme. Je brise le métronome, le bif rend économe. Et bim bim mon bise reste bling bling au summum. Crime, comment.
For some, being crowned champion is in itself the destination. But for George St-Pierre, the title is but a milestone on a much longer journey.
I don't want to only be UFC world champion. I don't want to only beat Jake Shield. I want to be the greatest. I want to be the one that made the difference in the sport, that bring the sport of mixed martial art to a different level.
When you're a champion, everybody's watching you. At every level, they're studying you, and they're figuring you out. There's a lot of smart people out there. But if you're always recreating yourself, you keep them guessing. George is always learning and adapting, trying to create a new fighter every fight.
George is by far the most complete mixed martial artist we have. Stand-up skills are phenomenal. His wrestling is great, and his ground game, you know, people haven't even seen the tip of it yet. Everybody watches tapes and tapes and tapes of George. That's just how it is. So every fight George has, he's got the best of the best coming out of him.
In the final phase of camp before facing #1 welterweight contender Jake Shields, GSP's training intensifies. Saturday is sparring day. 5 rounds, full contact.
Hey boys, let's spread out, get in your zone. Round number 1, time. We're in the middle of his chest. Good footwork. It's coming out.
When you fight at GSP, you always have to be worried. Those takedowns are quick, and those jabs are quick, and those combinations are quick. And if you take your eye off one of those, the other one's gonna get you.
Excellent work, George.
George knows if he limits the number of mistakes he makes, that you can't capitalize on them. And when you get frustrated, mentally frustrated, when you got to try and put something on him, he sees your mistakes and he capitalizes. He's very patient, very methodical, and very smart as a fighter.
There's always more intensity when the fight is coming down. The clock is ticking. There's a countdown.
Go, 1 minute left, 10 minutes.
Counting down the days, the weeks, the hours.
Nice job, George, nice job.
There's always that extra intensity.
30 seconds.
There's always that extra energy. You can imagine what the energy is like in here.
Good work, guys. Very nice work.
The person that I can fight to have a great challenge is the guy that I'm gonna fight April 30th, Jake Shield. I never fought a guy like him. Of course, never fought a guy like me.
George St-Pierre is, all you can say is a phenomenal fighter. The guy's amazing. That's why I've wanted to fight him. You know, I've been the champ of many other promotions, sitting there watching George St-Pierre getting all this tension. I'm riding a bigger winning streak than him, more years, more opponents. You know, I've gone up and down weight, something he's never done. Some people think I'm a new guy to the sport. They don't realize I've been fighting over in Japan and overseas and every promotion and held multiple world titles. This is what I've wanted all along, and this is my opportunity to take it, and I plan on doing that.
Guiding Jake Shield's camp are a team of trainers spread across Greater San Francisco. Kieran Fitzgibbons on kickboxing, Cesar Gracie on jiu-jitsu, strength and conditioning coach Ted O'Neill, and head trainer Tarek Azim. All charged with preparing Shields for the biggest bout of his 11-year career.
I think Jake's a special fighter and a special athlete because he doesn't settle on good. His goal is greatness.
Go. Go.
There's always a little deeper you can dig.
If he goes to the ground with Jake, it's going to be a very long night for GSP. So, you know, if he's smart, he's going to stay away from him. GSP is probably one of the best all-round fighters that you're going to find. Jake is at another level when it comes to jiu-jitsu. Once he's on top of you, you're not getting him off of you. Jake is one of the best fighters in the UFC, pound for pound. He's won 15 fights in a row. He's won titles in every organization other than the UFC. He's beat everybody and anybody that's been put in front of him. So if you don't believe in Jake Shields, you're a fool.
It's the world to Jake to win this fight. And he's worked his entire life and entire career for this situation. This is Jake's destiny.
I'm gonna be hunting for submissions, sweeps, attacks. I'm gonna strike with him, I'm gonna bang with him. I'm gonna bring the fight to him.
There it is. Beautiful. Nice.
I like George, but if I get his arm and he don't tap, I'm gonna snap it half. You know, I'll bash his head in. It's just what it is. You know, to me, it's competition. But if I have to hurt someone, I'll do it.
Three stories up in Montreal. The focus for Camp GSP is on the ground as they prepare for the strongest submission threat St-Pierre has faced in his career. To keep Jake Shields' notorious grappling ability at bay, the welterweight champ has enlisted the expertise of Brazilian jiu-jitsu mastermind John Danaher.
Jake Shield is a champion. This fight will be champion against champion.
I don't see Jake Shields in any sense as an underdog going into this fight.
Jake is no joke. We all know this. Jake is one of the craftiest veterans in the game. I've been watching Jake Shields for a long time, and I think he's a great fighter.
He has one area that he's very, very good at, and it's his grappling.
Jake Shields is an outstanding practitioner of jiu-jitsu. He's shown a remarkable ability against all odds to pull people into his area of specialty and win fights. He just keeps winning.
He wins fights that we don't think he's going to win. He's always that guy, no, I don't know if Jake will come out with this fight. And he always comes out with it.
He reminds me a lot of George, you know. He's relentless. Our camp, all the coaches, they're taking him dead serious.
This is a guy who has a grappler's equivalent of a knockout punch. He can get a guillotine choke and finish everything.
Jake Shields and George are very similar as far as great mental competitors. And I think that's where the big challenge for George is here. Is he going to be able to outthink Jake Shields?
People often say, well, they're both black belts, so it's going to be even Stevens. But you must understand, there are black belts and then there are black belts. Just because both hold the same rank doesn't mean they're of equal skill level on the ground.
All the guys that you have fought in the past that were afraid to go on the floor with him. That's something that I'm not afraid to do.
One thing that's notable about George's career is that he's faced many great specialists in the past. And what's really remarkable is that he beat many of those specialists within their domain, within their area of specialty.
I always wanted to test myself. The best fighter at their best game. I like Jake Shield. He's just at the wrong place at the wrong time.